Falcon fans, Falcon Nations, welcome to Dirty Fanatics United. If it's your first time tuning in, hit that like button, leave a comment, and definitely hit that subscribe button. We got a special show coming at you today, episode 133, Offseason Rumors and Free Agency Talk. I am your host, C Money, followed by my co-host, Philip and Cody Keeler. My other two co-hosts were not able to make it tonight. Shout out to Robert and shout out to my guy, Rick. Much love to those two guys. And always much love to my two co-hosts that are here tonight. Philip, Cody, what's going on, man? We got some Dirty Bird Falcon football to talk about, man. It is the off season, but DFU is bringing you continuous Falcon coverage. Cody, what's going on, man? It's been a minute since we went live on the podcast. It's been a little while. So Falcon fans, y'all tap in, bring your questions to the comment section, and we will be sure to answer it. Cody, what's going on, man?
Yeah, man, it's hard to believe it's been a week since we've been on talking about Dirty Birds, but it's a little hard to put stuff out while everybody's kind of relaxing and chilling. But man, other than just going through life and just working, man, that's all we've been up to, and all we've been able to do is go to work and come home and get back up and go back to work. So, but here we are talking Dirty Bird football, so I'm ready to go.
Absolutely. It's always a fun time to talk football with the guys, and most in particular, Atlanta Falcon football, because that's all DFU does here. Chat, get at it. Let me know what you're tuning in from tonight. We will be doing the live giveaway raffle here for the Apple AirPod Pros, courtesy of my guy, Cody. And that is how you get stuff here at DFU. If you subscribe for free, you get free gifts like this right below. So Falcon fans, don't miss out on the subscription. Mama in the chat with it. First one in the comment section says, Happy Sunday, DFU. Happy Sunday, Mama. Appreciate you tuning in, leaving a comment for us. Philip, what's going on, man? It's been a week since we talked Falcon football. You're hearing the rumors. Cody's hearing the rumors. Rick and Robert's hearing the rumors. Me, myself, seeing it all over Twitter. Philip, what's going on, man?
Pretty much like Cody said, getting up, getting ready to go back to work. Luckily this week I have these next 2 days off. I put in the work, long week. For me, working in the shop for Valentine's Day, people acting crazy, stupid, just for one day, Other than that, man, just got over like a little, I guess you could say like a little bug or something last night. I don't know what it was. I'm over it now, so I'm feeling good. So, here we are. Thank God, man. We blessed another day and blessed to be here. So,
absolutely, Philip. You are absolutely 100% right. It is another day breathing, and it is another day to talk Falcon football. We have some rumors to talk about tonight, Falcon fans. Rumors floating around that the Atlanta Falcons are heavily in trade talks with the Cowboys, the Bengals, and also the Cleveland Browns. Falcon fans, this is huge because there's three names that stand out there, guys. You have Myles Garrett, the guy we've talked about all offseason. If he's available, if he's trade-worthy, you make it happen. Myles Garrett to Atlanta is a big must if you have a trade partner with Cleveland. Also, the Cincinnati Bengals, a lot of rumors trickling around Kyle Pitts being traded to Cincinnati. Well, guess what? They have a stud D lineman as well. Trey Hendrickson from Cincinnati could be an Atlanta Falcon this upcoming season. And also, the guy from the Cowboys, Micah Parsons, the guys that the Atlanta Falcon fans wanted to draft night, but you grabbed Kyle Pitts. Cody, Philip, we have some rumors to talk about. And Philip, we'll start it off with you. Myles Garrett to Atlanta, Trey Hendrickson, even possibly Micah Parsons. Philip, who is your top candidate right now, and what are we looking to shop for a Myles Garrett, a Micah Parsons, or a Hendrickson?
Out of the few, I want to go with the guy that's been, both guys out of Micah Parsons or Myles Garrett. Either one would be a great addition to the team, obviously. But I'm going to go and stick with leader of sacks and a constant top three. And it isn't number 3 on the list for the past 4 or 5 years. So I'm going to stick with Myles Garrett with that. And
the number of sacks that cat brings in continuously year after year, not just one fluke.
On a team like the Browns as well, like doesn't have much going for him either. It's crazy. I can see why he wants to make sure his talents is like shown and has a chance to get him what he wants and dream, which is that Super Bowl playoff wins and stuff like that.
Yep, absolutely.
At the moment, I'm not sure what I would give for that, but he's my top candidate. I would like to have rather than Micah Parsons, but Micah Parsons is a top pick and is very young at that. So he has plenty of time to turn out to be a star just like Myles Garrett is. You're with Dallas, so there ain't much you can offer there because they're Dallas. So.
Yep. Right now, as you guys speak, I'm actually putting in the names for the free raffle that my guy Cody has brought to the podcast for. Shout out to Cody for doing that. Cody, the question goes to you, brother. Myles Garrett, Micah Parsons, Trey Henderson, either any of those players that you select and you bring to Atlanta is going to make an impact.
Trey Henderson. Yeah.
Cody, what is your top priority and what are you willing to send to grab this player?
Yeah, no, I agree with Philip. Myles Garrett is definitely the guy that I would prefer out of the three, but you can't go wrong with either. So, since Philip made a great point, with Myles Garrett, I'll go ahead and make a case for Micah Parsons here. I think if the Falcons can sit at 15 and get you an edge rusher, move up, go get a Mike Green from Marshall, you go get you any of the other guys that we've named in the edge, and then go get you a Micah Parsons, because right now our linebacking core is okay, led by Caden Ellis. But could you imagine having a Micah Parsons sitting in the middle of your field with Caden Ellis? The way both of them are very similar. Motor, fast, quick, have a bend, know how to get to the quarterback, know how to blow up the run, know how to, defend well in the pass. So, am I going to be upset if the Falcons go get Micah Parsons instead of Myles Garrett? Absolutely not. I totally understand that. I think that takes your linebacking core from, good to elite status with Ellis and Parsons. Now, what am I willing to give up for a Micah Parsons? Obviously, a Kyle Pitts. Obviously, some draft picks. I don't think you could give a first round for him, because I think that's where you have to go get your edge, because I think edge is definitely more of a need than your linebacker spot. Just because I read a pretty awful stat the other day that showed the last 20 years the Falcons have been the bottom. I think it was 21st, 23rd, 24th, 23rd, 21st, 28th, 29th, 31st. And so, we averaged, in the league about 28th as far as sacks go over the last 20 years. I think it was even with the good years that we did have, John Abraham, and we did have, that one outstanding year with Vic Beasley. So I think edge is definitely more of an issue and more of a need, clearly, because it's a trend here in Atlanta. When anything spans, a 20-year time span, it needs to change. Something has to change there.
Yeah.
So definitely would like a Myles Garrett before Micah Parsons, but I'm willing to give up, not my entire draft, but I'm willing to give up draft capital, in the future. I'm willing to give up some draft capital this year. I'm willing to give up a Kyle Pitts. Obviously, I don't think Dallas needs a quarterback because they've got Dak Prescott and all that wonderful stuff. So I don't think Kirk would even be considered to be on the table, because it honestly kind of sounds more like we're going to cut Kirk than trade Kirk. So, I'll give up draft capital this year, next year, the following year, and a tight end, and Kyle Pitts, because I can't even think of who Dallas's tight end is. So,
I don't know. I could see Jerry Jones in Dallas being stupid and trading for an old Kirk Cousins. I can see it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wouldn't surprise me. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I kind of remember rumors a couple of years ago that Dallas wanted Kyle Pitts a couple of years ago, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe that's a trade bait. You tell them, hey, we'll give you some draft capital this year, and you can have Kyle Pitts, and we'll, swap our picks, pretty much.
Yep, absolutely. For those that are tuning in now in the live chat, let me know, who do you guys have on the top of your list? Who do you have? Is it Myles Garrett, Henderson, or is it my guy, Micah Parsons, a guy that I really, really want here in the Atlanta Falcons defense? The Sports Nut says, what's good, fellas? Hashtag DFU. Please give us Hendrickson and Garrett now. Absolutely. Garrett.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, say what you had to say.
I've also seen it's been a scenario, like a rumor, I guess you could say, I can't remember what pick it was, but I think it was a 2025 pick for George Pickens from the Steelers.
I seen that. Yeah, I did see that.
I don't like his attitude, but he's nasty.
He is nasty.
He's nasty.
He's a
paired
Georgia
up
boy.
with Drake London, Mooney. I'm telling you, dog. What a Michael Penix. I'm telling you, somebody, this team could go like I'm telling you, bro.
This
And then have, like, a trade
this season is
scenario
going to be
with-
fun, man. Seeing Penix hold the reins from week one, getting to watch this young guy take control.
Is it
If you guys
crazy
if you cut back to the last game in the Benz, if you cut back against the Panthers and you look at Penix when he's walking off the field and he's walking to Drake, I don't know what exactly was said there, but it's like to me, it was a moment where it was like Penix is telling Drake, "Hey, hang with me, dog. This team is gonna be a team. You lose those 2 games back to back overtime. You never see your offense back on that field, and your offense potentially is the reason why you were even in that game because defense was not playing either one of those games." Philip, go ahead.
Is it kind of biased? I don't see us having a losing season next year. Is it biased to say that? Like, the honest feeling,
it shouldn't be a losing season.
Even
all you have is
even
upgrades coming.
Even though the schedule is more tough than it is this past season, I feel confident, dude. I don't know why. I look at the quarterback we have. I look at the receivers we have. I am confident in this team. Yeah. Like, I just don't see us. I see more than 10 wins.
I think my top candidate out of those 3 picks has got to be Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett is my top pick out of those 3 trade potential candidates, just because of the numbers that he puts up, man. Numbers don't lie. When you look at players and they're a constant double-digit ever since his rookie season, numbers do not lie, and I don't see Myles Garrett knocking off anytime soon, even in a new scheme. So I'm excited to see what could happen.
And Atlanta's a landing spot for him.
Well, yeah, because the Falcons are needing a defense very, very badly, ranking last in the league in sacks, pressured quarterback. After the bye week, we were top in the NFL at that, and then it just kind of continually dropped off. The next topic that kind of continues around this area that we're talking about is my guy, D. Alford. On Twitter the other day, commenting the fact of a fan had posted that Jimmy Lake didn't do D. Alford any favors. And D. Alford responds back, a professional football player responds back and says,
"If you know, you know.
If you know, you know." Question on the table is, did Jimmy Lake lose the locker room in his first year as an Atlanta Falcon defense coordinator?
From what I've seen from many, the week that it happened, I screenshot it and sent you that same exact thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Marcus, what's going on, homie?
Earlier, where people online were saying that, and it was just like reporters on Twitter and stuff like Dave Klein and other people like that I follow. He lost his defense, the locker room and with the defense and everything. Mm-hmm. And then somebody commented, another guy that I follow commented that on post or like a retweet posted. It was like and then that's when he commented, "If you know, you know," with the eye emoji.
Chat.
Something's going on there.
People in the chat, I just dropped the link for the podcast. If you want to talk Falcon football, hit the link. We'll get you here on the podcast as a special guest for a quick 5-10 minute brief on who you pick out of those 3 players and why. Link is in the comment section on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So be sure to get on that if you want to come on the podcast and talk Falcon football. Cody, Jimmy Lake, as my guy, the Sportsnet says, Jimmy Lake never had the defense. He was trying to put in a college defense in a pro league. Cody, your thoughts on Jimmy Lake, D. Alford with the drama over on Twitter, speaking on if you know, you know. Well, Cody, Jimmy is officially out of Atlanta. You have a new defensive coordinator, Jeff Ulbrich. Cody, your thoughts on Jimmy Lake year one. Did he lose the locker room in his first ever season as a DC in Atlanta?
Yeah, I do say, and I think it kind of started when Coach Raw took over the defense. I think that's a big telling sign, not only that your defense is struggling, but that something's going on with your coaching staff. Anytime your head coach has to step into your meeting room or has to step into your war room and your game planning and stuff like that, and put his hands in it. To me, when you say you put your hands in it, doesn't mean, hey, I've got suggestions. Mm-hmm. When you put your hands on something, I'm taking control of what's going on here, because obviously there's some kind of disconnect somewhere. And, during the season, I wouldn't have thought about that. But, after that tweet, it makes a whole lot of sense, because the players started playing better when Coach took over, Coach Raw took over. So that's got to tell you something. Do I know exactly when he probably lost the locker room? Probably not. I don't think any of us, could honestly say unless one of the players came out and said it. But that's pretty telling when things are bad, because they have pretty good gag order on these players on, hey, you don't put anything out. So for D to put something out, that there had to have been something there that was pretty bad for it to get out in social media for everybody to see. So yeah, I definitely think he lost the locker room, and it was probably right around when Raw took over.
Yeah, it was a pretty bad situation. Your defense came out the first few weeks and looked shut out. A shutout defense with a new DC and Jimmy Lake, and then after the first 2-3 weeks, it was back to a declining defense. And then Raheem Morris obviously takes control of the reins, gets the defense back in contending, and then those last two games. Those last two games. What in the world?
What I think is odd though. How did he have the defense the first 2 weeks that the week that we played?
Let me tell you how, Philip. Let me tell you how.
How do we go from
down
that
quick and simple for you right
down?
Here? Because Jimmy Lake, as my guy, the Sports Nuts, talked about earlier, Jimmy Lake was running a college scheme in an NFL system, and the other teams caught on to that after week 2, week 3. They seen the scheme that Jimmy Lake was running. They seen what Jimmy Lake was doing. They never seen any change in Jimmy Lake's style or press coverage. It was always a zone 10 to 15 yards off the first line. What are we doing? Why is my safety 25 yards behind my cornerback? And why is my cornerback lined up 15 yards off of a receiver when it's 2nd and 5? No wonder.
Or when we're in the end zone, like on goal line. Why are we off the
Monte
line?
Carlo is in the chat with it. Carlos, what's going on, homie? Hey, stay tuned because we are giving the raffle tonight, and you are in that drawing, sir. So stay tuned here for DFU because that will be coming up shortly. Philip, I don't know if you wanted to add any more on what you were saying about Jimmy Lake and the defense, but to me, that's what happened, Philip. After week 2, week 3, teams seen the scheme that he ran. They seen the adjustments, which were none, but a continuous D-line that changed positions over and over and over. You never had a steady D-line until about week 8, week 9 is when you finally figured out who your D-line was going to be. And that's not even taking a shot at the Falcons. That's 100% legit because we talked about it on the podcast. You had guys playing first down, coming off the field on second down, coming back on the field on third down, and then back off the field on fourth down. You don't keep players' stamina built up that way, and you don't keep a chemistry between your D linemen when you're constantly rotating people in and out of the system. Cody, your thoughts on that? Obviously, being a former O-lineman, chemistry is a big thing when it comes to linemen, whether it's O-line or D-line. And you know as well as I do, it's hard to catch that chemistry when you're continuously rotating players in and out.
Yeah, no, it absolutely is. Chemistry is not just important on the offensive line. It's important no matter what you're doing. And when you're rotating guys in and out, you can't find a groove. There's no rhythm. And that's the one thing about these football players that people, fail to understand. They're all creatures of habit. They're all built, to when you hear a different, so you have, Caden Ellis or whoever's, calling plays. And then the next voice in your helmet is Troy Anderson. And then the next one again is Caden. It's one of those things. It's just like you eventually go, what the hell's going on? At some point, there's no rhythm to it, switching in and out, especially like when guys get into grooves, like, there's nothing worse to me. Like when you start to get you like if you, it's like, let's say AK is getting into a groove and he's starting to really get going and he's getting pressure and stuff. And then you pull him. That's a great way to kill the momentum that he's finding. It gives the other guy a break from him. So now he's thinking, okay, well, now I've got this other guy and it's not AK. So now his confidence comes back because AK's not out there kicking his ass. He's got somebody out there that he's controlling and that he's not getting the pressure that AK's getting. So it's the same thing. Like I understand switching out your big guys up in the middle, your Grady's, your Amyamadas, switching them out, but not every other play, not on that consistent of a basis because they have to get rolling too. Those big guys have to get rolling. And if you're disrupting that by moving people in and out, you don't get anything consistent. Yes, it gives the offensive line something new to look at, but those guys are staying in there together at all times. You don't see it. That's the same reason you don't see offensive linemen be switched in and out constantly is because of that cohesiveness and that unity. And just that, hey, I know every time I line up on my left, I've got, Jake Matthews, I've got Caleb McGarry, or I got Lindstrom. I look over here. We know McGarry's over here. We've got so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same thing when it comes to defense, man. It's just you can't build a style or a rhythm when you're constantly moving people around. You have to be consistent.
Absolutely, Cody, you hit that nail on the head as always. Shout out to Cody and Philip here for being here tonight. Hit that like button, Falcon fans. Leave a comment. Let me know your questions because DFU is here to answer it. Cody, Philip, we have a shakeup in the mock drafts, and this was officially a shakeup today that I noticed. The Atlanta Falcons, the trade talks are getting heavier and heavier for these Atlanta Falcons. And today, by the NFL Network draft, mock drafts that they do here on NFL Network, I'm sure this is by a analyst. I'm not sure the analyst's name. I'll try to find it here in just a second. But this is by Dan Parr, Dan Parr with NFL Network, has the Atlanta Falcons now potentially trading out of the number 15 spot with the Denver Broncos. Okay, the Falcons trade out of the number 15 spot with the Denver Broncos. The Broncos take their tight end, Tyler Warren. The Falcons slide back to number 20. And guess who goes at number 19 right before the Falcons pick at number 20? Mike Green.
I would say Mike Green or Walker.
And then right after Mike Green, which would be going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, we select at 20 Malachi Starks, safety, my guy from Georgia. Guys, I'm telling you, if we land Malachi Starks, I've called it from week 1. Malachi Starks is him. I'm telling you guys. But I would be sick if I seen Tampa Bay take Mike Green right before me. I would be so sick. Because that's what Falcons are thinking we're doing. They're like, oh, Mike Green's on the board at 19. We're going Mike Green. Boom. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Mike Green. Bah, bah, bah.
They got more worries than what they.
This was an NFL mock draft. Now, this is another one by Yahoo Sports. We have a mock draft by them. They have us taking a defensive tackle out of Michigan. Let me see if I can't find that mock draft here in just a second. Defensive tackle.
I know. I don't know. I don't know.
I would take a DT because you don't have much longer with Grady. And you don't have maybe 2 to 3 more seasons with Grady. Can we agree on that?
That's why you got big old Rook.
You got Root, but what have you seen out of Root? Because you played him 3 fucking games all season.
Man, dude is a dog, bro.
That's what I hope for, but you can't be mad if the Falcons take a DT.
I mean, mad.
To me,
defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything on defense. Anything.
I just don't want it to be someone random though on defense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's see who CBS Sports has us taking. CBS Sports got it right, Falcon fans. CBS Sports had the Atlanta Falcons at pick number 15, taking Mike Green, edge from Marshall. That's the first mock draft that I've seen that on, and I'm very excited to see that. Hopefully CBS Sports is correct when it comes to that mock draft because Mike Green, dude, that draft stock is steady rising. Yep. Steady rising. So let me ask you guys this. We got a special guest in the building, man. We got a fan here want to talk Falcon football. Let's get him on in here. My guy, Ron, a diehard Falcon fan. Ron, what's going on, brother? Glad to have you here on the podcast. It's been a long time coming.
What's up?
What's up, Ron? The question goes to you, man. We're going to throw it at you on the table right here. Myles Garrett, Trey Henderson, or Micah Parsons. Who are you taking?
Micah
Parsons.
He younger, faster, and why not?
I agree. I would take any 3 of those players. And the guy that I have on top of my list, and this is what I'm going to throw at you right here, Ron, Myles Garrett. If you take Myles Garrett over Micah Parsons, are you upset?
No.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. 12 to 13 sacks a season. You got to have it on this defense in Atlanta because you are ranking last in sacks. So if you get a Myles Garrett, if you get a Micah Parsons, a guy that can be another sack leader here in Atlanta, another linebacker like Deion Jones, man, we haven't had a linebacker like Deion Jones in so long. Caden Ellis is doing his best, man, and Caden Ellis is doing it all by him lonesome so far. So I would be definitely down for a Micah Parsons in Atlanta. That for sure would be something that would definitely get me going and thinking that the Falcons could take it all the way this year.
We could, but we still need a safety and corner.
Safety is where you grab that guy, Malachi Starks, in the first round at pick 20 if he slides back. That's what we just seen on the mock draft. Now, obviously, mock drafts don't mean shit when it comes to draft night. We all knew this as the previous years have came. Malachi starts at 15, Ron. Are you taking him if you go get Micah Parsons or Myles Garrett?
Yes or no?
It's a iffy question there.
It's a iffy. Me, I'm a Georgia Bulldog fan.
Absolutely.
I would take Williams or the other one.
Williams, yep.
So right, you compare them two up. And
you got a defense. You got a defense in one offseason. Is how
it's one offseason. You just signed Jesse Simmons back, Justin Simmons back.
Yeah.
So 1 year deal. Fire a corner.
Mm-hmm.
Will Johnson.
Yeah. Phillips got a good corner. Will Johnson out of Michigan. That's Phillips' guy. He's heavy on Will Johnson. Cody, you brought a cornerback to the table as well on the big board, didn't you?
I think I brought a linebacker from Notre Dame. Yeah. I can't remember what is his name.
Let's see. I got him.
But with this front office,
Kreischer or something like that. Yeah.
But with our front office, we don't like the draft players that got a little bit issue, dog mentality.
Mm-hmm.
We like to draft players that
BPA.
Yeah, thank you.
And that cannot be the strategy walking into that draft board that night. It cannot be BPA. If the Falcons go out and grab another fucking offensive weapon on draft night, I will lose my shit. I will absolutely lose my shit on this podcast.
I have seen scenarios where they got us taking another wide receiver.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
I've seen it. I also seen an offensive lineman. I'm like,
I've seen a tight end as well.
Tight end. You shitting me?
There's no way that Terry can afford to draft a tight end in the first round again. There's no way after Kyle Pitts' performance.
But
if that's the case, Terry, hit the door, dude.
But once again, this is our front office. We don't draft players that got anger issues.
Mm-hmm.
Who they think got
well, you look at Jalen Carter. He was on the board. The Falcons passed over. They go to Bijan Robinson.
Thank you.
That was a lot to do with it, Ron. I agree with you there. The Atlanta Falcons seen the allegations that came out weeks prior to the draft, and they said Jalen Carter is no longer our top pick for the Atlanta Falcons. It would be Bijan Robinson out of the gate. And shout out to Bijan. Shout out to guy number 7 right here on the wall. What a dog that we got there. But you're absolutely right.
To be honest with y'all, I wanted Jalen Carter.
Yeah, so did I. So did I.
Because he brings that pit bull mentality, that dog mentality, that look what he doing in Philly. Look what those Georgia boys doing in Philly.
Absolutely. And now they got the ring. They got the ring in college, 2 rings in college. Now they got the Super Bowl ring on their hand in the NFL. It doesn't get much better than that. LaMarcus Boyd in the chat said, what about Boston College's Abuze? He's pretty good as well. But I'm going to trade back. I'm not going to select him 50.
I don't really trust no pass rusher come from Boston College. I mean, they're just me. They're just my opinion.
Cody, question goes to you, homie. Boston College, Abuze. What do you think about this cat? Maybe you need to do some research on him. I haven't dug too deep into the cat. I've been looking at the top 15 situations for the Falcons, but honestly, trade scenarios, the Falcons could trade back in this later first round pick and grab a guy like this out of Boston College and still have some more draft compensation behind that because you switched back. And that's where that Denver Broncos mock draft comes into play. Like if you trade back to 20 at 15 to 20 with the Denver Broncos, what did you just receive for that? That's what the Falcons are going to have to look at draft night. Yeah. Cody, Boston College, Abuze, are you taking him at 15 or are you going to slide back a little bit?
I would slide back because honestly, I haven't seen him up in that area. Now, I'd have to do a little more research on him, but hey, let's be honest. What happened last time we took a guy out of Boston College?
Hey, Matty fucking Ice, baby. Matty Ice.
I mean, you just never know with some of these guys because, I'm with, typically I agree. Normally I want SEC guys on my defense and offensive line, but Man, I would say, and obviously Matt Ryan is probably the exception to the Boston College thing. But man, you just never know with some of these guys. I mean, how many times are we like, this guy ain't gonna be anything, and then he winds
Chris
up
Lynch.
being.
How about
Yeah.
Jared Verse? I wanted Jared Verse so bad last year in the draft, and everybody said I was crazy if we took Jared Verse in the top 10. Look at Jared Verse with the LA Rams. The guy's a stud this year. Philip, what is your draft strategy here, Philip? If you were the GM for the day of draft night, okay, if you're the GM that night, you're at 15. Teams are calling, all right? I'm going to give you a scenario here, and we're going to pass this to Ron next. If you're at 15, you're sitting at 15, you get a call from the Denver Broncos. Hey, man, we're really wanting this tight end, Tyler Warren. We want to see if we can send you a second-round pick and just swap first-round picks. Are you taking that? Now, hear me out. Mike Green is still on the board.
First-round picks, right?
You swap the first-round pick, and you get a second for swapping that first-round pick. Well, let's say you get a third. Okay? Say you get a third for swapping that first. All right. Mike Green's still on the board. Walker's still on the board. Malachi Starks is still on the board. Your cornerback, Will Johnson's still on the board. Are you sliding back from 15 to 20, or are you taking that guy at 15, and what guy are you taking at 15 if that's your answer?
Say these guys are on the board, right? All right, we're going to think deep about this. I don't think you trade back or trade up, or trade back, whatever you want to say, and then try to see and wait if these guys fall to you. You don't know. You're taking a gamble. Everybody knows that. I'm staying at 15 and I'm taking Mike Green.
Hell yeah.
This guy is just something that can turn the defense around. He's got that dog mentality. Literally, we see what he's doing to these guys out here. This is grown-ass men. And he's throwing them around. They're 10 times his size a little bit, and he's just throwing them around. To me, the Mike Green is the Jared Verse. He's the lone, lanky edge defender that's just got the blow-off speed. He's got the bend around. Game changer.
You're getting the game changer, Mike Green, at 15. I love it. Philip, I love it. Ryan, or Cody, you take it, and then we'll go to Ron with it.
Well, now what's interesting about that scenario is think about if you do slide back to 20. Let's say, for instance, Myles Garrett hasn't been traded at this point yet, right?
Right.
You slide back to that 20 spot. You pick up a few, maybe a third or whatever. It gives you maybe a little more draft capital that you take from Denver to slide back. You can go get your corner and Phillips guy out of Michigan there. So you've just fixed your cornerback problem. Well, now you've got draft capital that you can now turn around and tell the Browns, hey, look.
But look at this, Cody. Let's throw this on the table. Let's throw this on the table at you. If you get the Myles Garrett, all right. Now this could change. If Myles Garrett is still a trade partner at draft night, the first round pick could be out the window. That means teams are not selling a first round pick from Myles Garrett. So what you're cooking on could be right. If it is draft night and Myles Garrett has still not been traded, you can possibly still select a player first round and make a trade for Myles Garrett is what you're saying.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you fix two problems right there. You got your proven defensive pass rusher, and now you've got a young stud coming into your secondary to help AJ out on the opposite side.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, it's a possibility. I would say there are a lot of things you can do.
Ron, I'm going to throw a scenario at you, brother, and then we're going to get you up out of here. We're going to do our free Apple AirPod raffle tonight. So be sure to stick around for that, homie. But give me your scenario here, man, before we get you out of here. I appreciate you coming through and talking Falcon football tonight. If you're at 15, Ron, you get a call to trade back to 20, all right? I don't know who your pick is at 15, but if you're at 15 and your guy, whoever you want, is there at 15, are you taking a chance to slide back to 20 and draft some compensation for the later rounds, or are you staying at 15 and you're solidifying that pick?
It depends how many draft picks we talking about.
Right now you have 4.
No, what I'm saying, how many that would get me?
Okay, off the trade. Okay, I got you.
Right. If they give me 3 draft picks, yeah, take it. Give me a second, a third, and a fourth. Take it.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a win-win right there.
Right. But if they're trying to give me a second, no.
You got to go for that player. You're going to get that player at 15.
I'm the same way.
So, Ron, who is your player at 15, homie? That's hard. I know that's hard. There's so many damn dogs in this draft. I know it's hard.
Yeah, give me a Georgia boy.
A Georgia boy. That's all I needed to hear.
Behind it. I can get behind
A
it.
Georgia boy is all I needed to hear, homie.
No, I like the dude from Alabama too.
Mhm.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but the linebacker.
Mhm.
He
They always
like,
That's
do
a
linebacker.
good one. That's a good one.
yeah.
That's a really good pick.
So either one of those, I'll be happy with. I mean,
SEC player, absolutely, from the Dogs from Alabama. Yeah, absolutely. Ron, we are on the same page with you, homie. Ron, once again, brother, thank you for coming through and hitting the link, dog. That's what the link's there for. Anytime it's in the comment section, brother, feel free to pop through.
all right, bees.
Ron, take it easy, brother.
Gotta give me a flag like that. Gotta give
Falcon
me a flag
fans,
like
man,
that.
y'all see what Ron did, man. Y'all see the link, y'all see it, hit it, click it. This is what DFU was here for, man. Bringing in Falcon fans, Falcon family to talk Falcon football here on the podcast. That's why we started this channel, and that's why we do what we do and bring you free raffles like my guy Cody did with the Apple AirPod Pros. Falcon fans, we got a giveaway to start right now. We're at 37 minutes here on the live podcast. I have the spinning wheel spinning in the background. We're going to get it here on the podcast in just a second. Cody, we have a total of, let me tell you how many people we got in this raffle. Let's see. Let's go to my notes. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 people, and right now we have 10 live viewers. Tony, stay tuned, brother, because we are giving away the free Apple AirPods right now, and you are in that raffle. Falcon fans, you have to be in the chat to receive this now. We're not going to just say, hey, you won, and you're not in this live chat, okay? You got to support DFU, and that's what DFU was doing this for. So if we call your name out and you're not that contestant and you're not hearing this comment, we're probably going to pass up on you and go to the next person. That's just how it is. It's how we do it here on the podcast. We got 9 live viewers. So if you know Sterling Woods, Carlos Wiggins, Elisa Woods, Splee, Krista Pritchett, Mama Dunn, Tony Primetime Dunn, Crew Jones, and Monte, get them in the live chat right now because we are doing the raffle this very moment.
See, Cody, if I would have just sent some roses through TikTok last night, I could have been in it.
Hey.
But, I was fair. I didn't want to send roses. I didn't send roses because I'm already a part of the show.
Speaking of TikTok, yeah, my wife did the same thing, and I didn't even put her on the wheel. I was like, that's not fair. We're not putting you on the wheel. Yeah, you're part of it. You're my wife. I'm not putting you in the spinning wheel. But I want to give a shout out to a very particular person that's on this list here, and he's on this list because of TikTok last night. Travis Preston, man. Travis Preston came on with the live last night. I'm just streaming some Fortnite, on the TikTok, and I let the viewers know, what's going on with the raffle over on YouTube because of Cody. And
by the way,
my guy Travis Preston drops 8 roses on the night. We only needed 3 for the live goal, and my guy Travis Preston dropped 8 live roses last night on the podcast. Shout out to Travis Preston, man. Once again, man, appreciate you for what you do for the channel. And who knows, you may just win these Apple AirPod Pros. Before we do that, let's get Sterling Woods said, I'm here, bro. Shout out to Sterling Woods. Carlos Wiggins is here. He says it's lit. And Tony Primetime Dunn is here. Cody, you ready to spin this wheel or what?
Let's spin that bad boy.
Spin that wheel! Hey, who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Carlos Wiggins. Carlos Wiggins, you are the winner of the Apple AirPod Pros. And guess who is in the comment section with it? My guy, Carlos, is here in the podcast with it. Shout out to Carlos Wiggins. You are the winner of the Apple AirPod Pros. And shout out to my guy, Cody, for doing this amazing giveaway here on the podcast. Once again, shout out to Mama Dunn. Shout out to Tony Primetime. Shout out to Carlos Wiggins. Shout out to everybody that participated in this giveaway. We will have more coming. So definitely stay tuned to DFU because we have a lot more in store. I think Philip may have glitched out there. He'll be back soon. But, Cody, let them know what they just won, homie. Hold it up for them. Let them know what they got right here coming to them.
Carlos, congratulations, man. You just won yourself a pair of iPod Pros 2. I don't know what it does because I'm not an Apple person. I just know that supposedly they were really good. So congratulations to you, sir.
Shout out to Carlos Wiggins and shout out to my co-host Cody. Cody, once again, man, thank you for doing that for the channel.
I'm glad to do it for the channel, man. But thank you to everybody that entered and supported the channel. And
Absolutely.
like you say, we'll keep doing it. I'll say, Carlos, just send your address either to Chase or me or whoever, and I haven't mailed anything in a long time, so I've got to go get stamps or whatever I got to do to get them mailed out. So
Absolutely, Carlos. I knew you digging that, homie. I know that was a good little prize to win there. He said, "Appreciate it, Carlos." Absolutely, bro. This is what we do it for, man. Hey, and everybody that's watching,
won the giveaway.
Carlos Wiggins won the giveaway. Everybody that's watching,
my Wi-Fi cut out.
Hey, you good, bro?
That's why stuff was like. If I was looking at y'all crazy, it's because my Wi-Fi was making it seem like y'all were lagging, but I guess it was just me.
And once again, man, I want to say to everybody that was in the comment section here that did not win the raffle, but you were on the wheel. I want to thank everybody that was on that wheel because you guys did something tremendous here for DFU to even get your name on that wheel. You got people in here to subscribe. You got people to send gifts on TikTok. You guys keep this podcast rolling, man, and that's why we do stuff like this. And I just want to say once again, thank you to y'all guys. Thank you to Carlos Wiggins for winning, and thank you to my guy Cody Keeler for doing this thing here for DFU.
And we'll keep and continue doing these giveaways.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter what it is. Like we'll continue doing them.
He said my daughter gonna get them. Hey, that's what's up.
That's
man.
tough.
That's what's up. Hey, and like Philip said, man, we're gonna continue doing this. We gave away what was it, Philip? A Jesse Bates signed hat.
We had a signed football
Michael
with all
Turner,
kinds of names on it. With
Michael Turner signed football. Like, dude, we do it big time over here at DFU, man. Y'all support us, we gonna support y'all.
Signature, Tyler Algier.
You gave away
all kinds of people.
The hat, the Julio Jones.
The hat, the Julio Jones action figure. Like, man. And it just brings joy to me, man. Like, I'm giving y'all free stuff, but it brings joy to me to see y'all guys support us, for us to support you guys. So, once again, man, Cody, that was pretty damn dope, bro. That was pretty dope.
I'm glad to do it, man. I want to say I love this channel. I want to say, this is y'all. I consider y'all family.
Absolutely.
So anything I can do to support the family and keep things growing and going bigger and better and higher and better for this channel, man.
Absolutely. Tony says, congrats, Carlos. Appreciate that, Tony. Appreciate you, Tony, for even participating in that, dog. That's what's up. Philip, Cody, man, we've reached about a 44-minute podcast here. The topics are getting slow, guys. It's the off season. As stuff flows in, we're going to bring you stuff daily. It's hard to keep an hour podcast rolling in the off season, but we're doing our best. Y'all bear with us. Stick with us, man, because DFU is going to continue dropping you daily content every Friday night. We did not go live this Friday because of Valentine's Day. Friday nights at 8 o'clock, DFU will be live, bringing you Falcon content all off season. And you be sure to be with us on draft night because we have some pretty fun moments on draft night here.
I done got the dual screens, the other TV at the top up here because we got it ready. I've been waiting for draft night all over.
Draft night is probably my favorite episode. Like, that's my favorite.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm probably gonna request for that day, that first night off, so I don't have to go to work the next day. So unless it falls for me that way, we don't know yet. So.
Can't wait to be at the bins again.
Hey, that's the move. That's the fucking move right there. Falcon fans, hit that like button, leave a comment.
About that.
Cody, give me your shout outs for tonight, brother. Obviously, shout out to the comment section. Y'all going crazy.
Thing. Isn't the Super Bowl going to be in Atlanta this year?
Biggest the Super Bowl? What? No, it's going to be in
2027
or 2026, something like that.
Well, I saw it was going to be this because
All-Star games here this year.
The MLS Cup and stuff.
Yeah, the MLS Cup semifinals are here. The All-Star game, and I think Super Bowl is either 26 or 27, like you said.
Sterling, real quick to answer your question before we give our shout-outs. I think the Atlanta Falcons will cut Kirk Cousins if the Jets are not giving us something decent to trade for. And every team knows our situation with Kirk Cousins. They know we're going to be paying him money regardless. So don't expect nothing very too big in return from a Kirk Cousins trade. But that is a good question, Sterling, and we'll dive deep into that as this offseason continues to go because there will be a lot of rumors and speculations to talk about here on the podcast, Falcon fans. Mama Dunn in the chat said, DFU section at Mercedes for the draft. Absolutely. DFU. Hey, Philip, we may have to take the podcast to the Benz. Draft night. We may just have to load up and head on to Atlanta and hit the Benz up with the Falcon fans. You heard?
And we can carry our stuff.
Hey.
So got the boys right here with me.
Freddie. Cody, give me a shout out for tonight, brother.
Yeah, man. Shout out to you guys coming on Friday night and talking, or Friday night, man.
I
It's
wish.
Sunday night. Oh, yeah, I wish it was Friday night too.
Shit.
But yeah, no, it's good to come out and talk Falcon football. And man, this hurts to say the first Sunday without football, guys.
Yeah.
This sucks.
It
We got
feels relaxing in a way because now we ain't got to watch some kind of bullshit or some other team.
Yeah, we got a long 6 months to go. But
Yes.
I can't wait. But shout out to y'all coming out talking Falcon football. I love doing this with y'all. Shout out to the viewers and all the new subscribers and all that stuff. Awesome. Big shout out to Carlos for winning the AirPods.
Yeah.
Congratulations, sir. I hope your daughter enjoys them. I try to get them out ASAP. Like I say, I'm gonna have to go find. Man, I don't even know if I've got stamps. I'll have to either go borrow some from mom or go to the post office. But we'll get it figured out and we'll get them out to you. But so big shout out to you, man. I'm looking forward to the season, but man, I'm looking forward to this offseason, see what the Falcons can do.
Yes, this offseason is gonna be fun, dude.
It's gonna be fun. I'm excited for next year. I really wish that we were talking about our deep run in the playoffs, Super Bowl this year, but hey, man, I'll say 25 season can't get here soon enough. But shout out to the viewers. Keep liking, subscribe. We're gonna keep doing giveaways. We're gonna keep doing it big for y'all. We're gonna keep bringing you Falcon content. Support us, and we're gonna support y'all, man. I'll say that's just how it is. So let's say, but other than that, guys, shout out to the Falcons because if it isn't for the Falcons, man, there's no brotherhood to have here. So shout out to the Falcons, man, and all the things y'all are gonna do this offseason. So other than that, guys, rise up.
Rise up. Philip, Mr. Avitz, give me a shout out for tonight, brother.
Man, my first shout out's always to God, man. I'm blessed to be here. I'm blessed to just sit here. I feel good today, bro. I don't know what it is. I just feel good, bro. Nice that it was raining this morning and all this other crap, but it turned out to be a great day. I feel good, man. So thank God for that, man. Shout out to y'all for being here. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. Shout out to I don't even know. Can't even think at the moment. My mind's everywhere.
Carlos, how are you about to say, Carlos?
Well, let's shout out to Carlos. For winning the AirPods.
Yep.
Shout out to him. I hope his daughter enjoys those. Shout out to the Falcons, man. I can't wait. Can't wait for this upcoming season, this off season, because I promise you on this podcast. We're in the do-rag era, baby.
Yes, sir.
I'm wearing do-rag all season long. It don't matter. Okay, I don't care if my hair is not fit for it or not. We don't care around here. My QB wearing it, I'm wearing it. You know what I mean? I'm riding behind him, and he's going to lead us to this great upcoming season. And
so, needless to say,
he's carrying us to these playoffs, and we get into the bowl, boys.
Needless to say, catch Philip with the waves next season. You heard?
I'm gonna have the cleanest waves y'all gonna ever see.
Tell you what, Philip, if you do the do-rag all season, I'll grow my hair out and do the Bijan Robinson hair.
hey, all right, bet.
Hey, is there a ball guy on the team?
I'm sure there is probably.
I'll dress up as that cat. That's what I'll be. Hey, man, shout out to everybody here in the comment section tonight, man. Shout out to
Robert and Rick too. They couldn't
yes, sir.
Be here, but shout them, and y'all already know what to do, baby. We're gonna rise up, baby, and y'all enjoy the new clock. It's gonna be there for now on.
Hey, Carlos said his little girl just got the new iPhone for Christmas, man. So the AirPods are gonna pair nice. The crisp AirPods.
That 16 Pro Max. That 16 Pro Max is a blessing, bro.
Falcon fans, once again, man, thank you guys for supporting the channel. Thank you guys to everybody that was on that wheel. Every name that was on that wheel, man, you guys mean a lot to me and what you do for this podcast. We appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for liking the podcast, for leaving comments, subscribing, sharing to your friends, and being positive about these dirty birds in the comment section, man. We really appreciate that. We haven't had one negative comment all night. So once again, shout out to all you guys that are here. Shout out to the good Lord, man. Shout out to the wife in the other room dealing with the screaming babies. Shout out to everybody, man, that supports this podcast. And I don't want to talk about it too long because I may get a little emotional, but shout out to my pet, man. My dog, my longtime dog, my best friend passed away last night. Very sensitive situation for me. Don't really care to talk about it too much, but shout out to all the good memories that me and Thor made together, man. Shout out to you, Cody. Shout out to you, Philip. Shout out to just the good Lord for letting us be here to do this podcast, man. As always, it's your boys from DFU, man. Shout out to Robert. Shout out to Rick. Shout out to Cody. And shout out to Carlos for the new Apple AirPod Pros. As always, man, we up out of here. Shout out to Avis. Can't forget Avis. Rise up. A-Town down, man. We up out of here. Appreciate y'all. Much love.